Well, there you are. Again, Charlie Greer Podcast. I do this every day. Today, so it's a crazy world. Before we do, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best way you can support the channel. If you do want to support it, the information's in the description for Cash App. My handle is Charlie Greer Podcast. And for Zelle, it's my email. Everything's in the description, all the info. Let's do this. So it's a crazy world. Um, just the balloon floating over and I don't know what to think about that. Was it a weather balloon? Who knows? It's suspicious. And I watched. I didn't watch the whole thing. Matter of fact, I didn't tune in at all. I just this morning I watched clips of the Grammys. Was it? Um, is it? Can it be that bad? I mean, it's like, can't they see? It's just propaganda, man. It's just they're making things out to be worse than they are. There's this victim uh, culture. There's this it's about music. It's supposed to be about talent. I didn't see any of that in the clips I saw. And all this satanic imagery. And again, do what you're going to do. Little devil and rock and roll didn't hurt anybody. But, this is different. It just seems like, for one, it seems like a joke. It seemed like to me like it was a Saturday Night Live. The clips I saw, again, I didn't watch the whole thing. Agendas abound. It's more about, how do you identify and what you're this and that. No, that has nothing to do with talent. And that's sad. I think there's people that are just like, I shouldn't say regular or normal, but it's just like they're doing their thing and they'll never get an opportunity. See, it's all about opportunity. Like, who's giving them the opportunity to spout this kind of stuff? And what I don't like is the lighting. Everything's so dark. Can't they find a good lighting company to light all that stuff up? I mean, embarrassing how the talentless, they're doing haggard old stuff, hacky stuff from like the 80s, like even the rapper, like the Spanish rapper, whatever I saw. Come on, man. That can't you think of something better? Or no, not any guitars to be found, no instruments. It's just all these dancers and this, and they've got some kind of, it's because I'm this or that, what? See? Which coincides with the craziness of this balloon floating over the States. Like, I was watching something earlier and they knew certain thing and they let it go under the guise they didn't want it to drop on something. Well, I mean, when it's over the middle of nowhere, Montana or whatever, that's when you take it down. A balloon float over. Oh, it went off and at the same time, I guess there was another one going through like South America or Central. Again, I'm taking bits and pieces here. They said it was a weather balloon that like got off course. Maybe, perhaps it was. Who knows? Seems fishy. And why on earth is this going on? Like, what is going on with this world? It's a crazy world. Like, why is it so crazy? Why are people just acting crazy? Can't people just be cool? Can't people just like chill out and be cool? I guess not. Where do they get the energy and the time to be? A lot of these things that go on, there's there's people behind the scenes. Can't somebody pull them up away and say, hey man, this is, say with the Grammys. Is everybody delusional enough that they think this is great entertainment? These are the people that are the best. These people. And they pull up like LL Cool J and Dr. Dre. Again, people from like the 80s, 90s. Man, it's 2023. I know why they do that. See, the people behind the scenes, everybody that you see there is owned by the same corporate interest, meaning these record labels stuff own everybody you see. And they don't want to share the pie. It's a small group. So you're not going to get any. They own them all. They own Beyonce. They own LL Cool J. They own Dr. Dre. They own, and they don't let anybody else in. It's all about, the money. And forget about talent. So when I was growing up in the 80s, it would have been as silly as they're still promoting people from the 40s, because this is 40-year-old. This is, rap is about 40 years old, all that stuff. It'd be like them promoting music from the 40s and the 80s. See, that's what the people don't get in perspective. See, nothing changed. There used to be music would change every 3 to 4 years back in the day. There were musical movements, punk rock, new wave. None of that anymore. It's just the same thing. They don't want people to realize they're losing their youth and they're losing the time in their life. They're acting like they're, see, if everything stays the same, then it's hard to tell things should change or will change. It's kind of like in the casino. If you go to a casino, gambling, there is no clocks. Everything's the same lighting. That's what they're doing to our lives and the entertainment. They don't want a new movement, which there has been, and they won't promote it. They're not going to promote people playing instruments. You're not going to see it. And everybody got, like Ozzy got a Grammy. Okay, Ozzy, fine, he's retired, whatever. But that's the best. Ozzy's Patient Number 9 or whatever it was. Are you kidding me? Granted, I like Ozzy. I met Ozzy a few times. They're not letting go of the reins of it's all about control. And they're trotting out all these old school rappers, and you really think like I'm pissed that there is no. I don't see. I don't want to be entertained. I want to see talent. I want to be inspired. Nope, you're not going to get that. And that ain't happening. They want us on this low frequency. That's to do with music. See, music inspires people. Music changes people's minds about certain things. It uplifts them. It's uplifting. It's this, that, they don't want that. They want you in this belly aching kind of victimized mindset where everything is, because I grew up, I'm older than most people, and they're trying to say that things were worse. They're not, man. They're talking about diversity and this, that, and the other. There's less diversity now. There's less diversity, except for this small, agenda, these groups that they're pushing. I can't say much because I'm on YouTube, but it's like everybody gets it. We're dealing with mentally ill people too. These people are like sociopaths, psychopaths. Most psychopaths won't act on it violently. They'll just mess with people. In the workplace, there's a lot of sociopathic behavior because they can get away with their work, and they can sometimes they're promoted for that. Sorry, I'm all stuffed up today. I've got like allergies and asthma, and I'm smoking. Shit. I know, I'm a dumbass. But where is just one type of music? That's another thing. Maybe they'll give something to Ozzy, but there is no, where is again, it's just the same thing. Pardon me. If you look behind the scenes, if people knew, the same corporate interest, the same this and that and the other. Did anybody even watch that? And why do they always have to have a satanic kind of ritual dance? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I miss being entertained. I miss being inspired to do my own art and music. See, that's how it happens. It's like a pass off. None of that. They want you in they want to put you in some kind of identity. That's who you are. That's it. They want to, and then they want to judge and this, that, and the other thing. And all the while they use projection. See, I can't believe they're getting away with these projection techniques that babies use, like kids use. Like, I didn't do it, you do it. They do something and project on you that you're doing it. Old as time. Low-hanging fruit psychology move. I mean, it's I can't believe that they're getting away with it. That nobody can. And it seems like everywhere that's going on. Again, a crazy world. What is going on with this world? And the balloon. Actually, there's two things today: the balloon and the Grammys. I know it sounds, but it's telling me that the people that are in charge aren't the best and don't have the best interest of our community in mind. It's some kind of agenda they had. I don't know what it is. You would think that people would be lazy. Where do they get the time and the energy to do this? Like below average kind of infotainment, whatever they call that. Propatainment, like propaganda. It's just um, and who are these people? Some of these people, like, who are they? Who did they? LL Cool J. Come on, man. What is it? 1990? I mean, what is that? 30 something years ago. So in 1990, it'd be like them trotting out somebody from the 60s, promoting that music, have them on a TV. What would people put up there? What are you doing? We need new. We need, what I mean? That's what I mean. The entertainment industry, you had to go through people. You had to go through these different styles, and none of that. They won't let anything change. Yet under the guise of it's change and divert, none of that. It's projection. It's a boardwalk scam, kind of, with like those shells, like pick where the ball is. Again, they're using like low hanging fruit stuff that they've done over and over and over again. And I'm more just disappointed and upset that I want to be entertained. It's like shit. I want to be inspired. Now, granted, I'm an old man, but I know it sounds stupid. I like good stuff. I don't care what it is. If it's good, I'll like it. You can't feed me mud and tell me it's pudding. You know what I mean? You can't feed me, you know what I'm saying? Maggots and say it's rice. It's not. It's sad what we're living through. And then the younger generation just thinks it's what it is. They don't have it. For one, they don't read books anymore. They don't even teach cursive writing. I saw this meme the other day, and it said to change the world, make everybody, the younger generation, like write in cursive and drive a stick shift. Well, they couldn't get anything done. No one knows how to drive a stick anymore. No one has a write in cursive. And I get it. A lot of times it's not people's fault. It's just these movements, again, that are only about themselves. See, it's a small group of people that do this. And I think that they're mentally ill. I think they have emotional problems and they have psychological problems. They've got money, so hey, they must be doing, it's just it's a sad state we're in. Not one rock band rocked the house. Not one soul band. It's all these dancers. And rapping to it, the worst rap. I like a good rap, but And Busta Rhymes doing that like word salad. He literally was doing a word salad. What are you doing? And what has he done? A lot of these people, what have they done? Does anybody know? Have they released an album? What has LL Cool J done? They're acting like he's an old man too. He's older than me. So is Dr. Dre. They haven't done anything. What? You can't find that. It's not even like they're trying to find, For one, the record labels are run by the accountants now. There aren't any record labels anymore. There's no promotion people. I mean, granted, for certain propaganda or whatever there are, but it isn't like the whole network of labels that used to, and distribution companies have gone. The record industry was approached in the late 90s to team up with the tech world and do the downloading and stuff. They said, "Oh, that'll never fly. People always buy." No, they were wrong. They had their chance. They sued these companies. It's just like now they're going to kind of play catch up, and they can't because they surround themselves with sycophants and people that are like not that talented, not that good, not that smart. Again, a lot of cronyism, nepotism, favoritism. You have to toe the line. You have to have the same mentality. Everybody has to have the same thought pattern, or they're not going to. They can't have you around. Well, they'll talk to you like they'll say everything under the sun about. Well, he's this, he's that, or she's this, he's that. Let one band get up there and rock the house. Just one. I don't care what it is. A soul band. Who knows? Just let somebody get up there and a country band. This instruments. I want to see people playing instruments. None of this lip syncing to, you know, or singing over or rapping over, I should say, like a soundtrack. Um, and it didn't coordinate with itself. It just looked all out of place. Like, and people want to go. I want to be at the Grammy. Would you? Can you, man? I swear this is true. If I was in LA and somebody goes, "Hey, man, here's a ticket to the Grammy," well, I'd sell that ticket. I wouldn't go. I don't care. No, unless I got a good ticket and they were giving me one of those bags. Like, they give away free stuff and the food. I don't know. I don't even know if I'd want to eat at one of those places. Would you trust the drinks or eat any other food? I mean, I don't know. It's a crazy world. People do crazy things. They do mess with the food and the drink. I was on I can't say what lot I was on. I shouldn't say much, but anyway, I was on a studio lot in LA. This is like 98, 99. And I was union. So I had a different holding. And then there's a non-union holding for like the extras. But I'd always go hang out with them because there was more of them. And, you get bored where you're at, and then you walk through, you can go around. So I had been hanging out with some of these extras, and I think I knew some people too that were like non-union extras. So I went and did what I had to do, and I came back. I got out of wardrobe, but I had to hang around for something or other, get some like paper signed or what. So I went to the non-union extras, and it was all okay. What? And someone had spiked the coffee with X-Lax. There's no kidding. So everybody who would drink that coffee, there were lines of people at they're porta potties, right? It's outside, it's in a parking lot. And people were laughing about it. And I thought, my God, this is like evil. And they found they were chocolate X-Lax. They found the box like behind a table, and they had spiked all that. So everybody had to go to the bathroom. It was like waiting in line. And I shouldn't say, but anyway, they were laughing about it. Like they thought it's like, and then I was asked around later on, like nobody knew. Oh, we don't, no one knows who. So that's a thing. I got roofied at a industry party one time, where you couldn't get in. Matter of fact, there was those lights outside, and the line, and there was security, and you had to be on a list to get in. And I got into that, and I got roofied through some champagne. You would think a protective with celebrities there, this, that, and the other. I wasn't the only one that got roofied either. And I learned this was in 2008. Well, I learned my lesson. I'm not doing that. I'm not drinking any. Nope, not going to have an open cup. It's devious. I'm not saying that's what's happened at the Grammys last night, but then again, I wouldn't trust any of the food or the drink or people around there. None of that. And the people that they're promoting, don't they know? Don't they have any foresight to know that nothing stays the same? So these last 20 years, they've tried to keep everything the same. Nothing changes. There is no new music movement. There is no. It's just the same. They trot out the same old people. Dave Grohl and this the same old people. Nirvana sucked. I hate to mention, they're just a shitty band, one of the worst live bands ever. Yeah, they had a few catchy tunes, but to think that they're in the league of like a Jimi Hendrix or a Doors, no. And they were plagiarists. They had to pay out many bands. They stole from the Killing Joke and is it Come As You Are? Actually, they stole from a song called 80s from Killing Joke. And they admitted they decided to sign them over a check, bought them out for like $700,000, I think it was. Again, there is no forward momentum. Stalin would be blushing right now if he was alive. Like, oh my God, there's an agenda going on. Now, granted, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it ain't right. And what it makes them look like is they're just promoting mediocre horse shit. Like they're promoting like horrible stuff. I'm talking about like on a talent level. These people aren't talented. Well, they're this and that and this other, and we want to body shame and blah blah blah. Huh? What? So you're gonna promote somebody that's like has no talent, talentless, if you will, uh, and it goes on and on. And I think it's like, dude, the Grammys didn't get. I know that the viewing audience is declining every year. It gets lower and lower and lower, and they're losing money. See, but they already got all the money. They don't care. This is more about an agenda. So people are used. The performers are used. The certain level, the controller, the people behind the scenes, the record industry people are being used by higher ups. Everything's owned by just a few companies nowadays. The music industry has shot itself in the foot over and over and over again. Bands just have to tour. They're not going to release any more music. There is no. People will download it for free. I mean, and even touring, Ticketmaster has a monopoly on everything. And if you don't play ball with them, well, you can't tour. They own all these, a lot of these, or in cahoots with a lot of these arenas and stadiums. You can't do anything. You'll be playing clubs, which is, I mean, come on. And people don't want to speak out. It's going to take people to speak out, or speak up, I should say. And they're promoting people that, like Lizzo, could she even tour? Could she sell out anything? See, they're promoting people that don't even have a real, and everything's rigged too. Like, well, she got 1 billion downloads. Yeah, because it's rigged. All that. They keep pulling out Ozzy and Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, and all these people. Oh, decade after decade after. And what? Ozzy used to be like a, outside the grid kind of lowbrow, scary, now he's just the most milquetoast, following the fool. Again, I like Ozzy. I grew up with I love Ozzy. Maybe he has to now. Perhaps. Let's just leave it at that. Again, it's a crazy world. Granted, it's always been a crazy world, but I miss being entertained. Do all your stuff with politics and your weaponize it. This, that, leave us alone. They've gotten to, they've moved into everything. They've moved into entertainment, education, religion, everything, man. The food, it's sad. It's gonna get shit. I hope it doesn't get any worse, but it will. It will. There's gonna be some kind of I don't know. They're predicting all kinds of crazy stuff. Was that balloon just a weather balloon? Could have been. I think it's kind of strange that they would use a balloon. But, maybe that was a diversion tactic to when something else was, who knows? Look at that balloon while they're over here, they're doing something else. It seemed just so silly, like a balloon with a satellite hanging off it. Who knows? Maybe it was just weather. A weather balloon. I don't know. I can't say. But on the news, what they're saying it seemed like it was more, serious. Again, I don't know. I hope that people can open their eyes and their ears and their hearts and realize what is going on here, and to realize that like they're trying to promote like hate under the guise of diversity and all this other stuff. When there wasn't any, back when I was coming up in the 80s and 90s, I had friends that were everybody, every kind of person you could think of. Nobody hated anybody. It was rare for like hate crime, whatever. Then they're going, oh, back then there was so much. No, there wasn't, man. Matter of fact, the 80s and the 90s were the most diverse, all kinds of different music and different people doing it. And now it's just a small group. If you don't toe the line on this certain like mindset agenda, well, you're worse than bad. They call you everything. It's just sad. People are being like blamed for just being themselves. And then they're saying it about them like, well, that's what, again, they project onto you what they're doing. It's as old as time. They're not even good at what they're doing. Uh, they're not sophisticated enough to, if you could really see what goes on behind the scenes, oh my God, just the idiocy. And there's a bunch of them too. I mean, as far as like, granted, compared to the population, but these people behind the scenes that they need they need like a bunch of people to do basically to ruin stuff. They don't have any real talent or, you know, um, it's a shame. It's a shame. What do you think? Comment below. Did you watch the Grammys? Do you care about the balloon? Do you miss being entertained? Do you miss being uplifted and inspired by music? I do. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the channel. If you do want to really support the channel, information's in the description for my Cash App, which is charliegreerpodcast, and my Zelle, which is my email. All that in the description. I'm still having computer problems. I thought I got it fixed. Then Friday, my computer's acting weird. My phone too. I don't know if the operating system is connected with your phone and your computer. Anyway, I can't spawn other windows. I don't know. It's a thing. So I appreciate some support. But I do this every day. I'll be back tomorrow. I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.